Hi, everybody. I'm turning off the music. I know it doesn't sound good over this stuff. Um, yeah, I wrote that I was going to going to say a scary story. A couple of people gave me suggestions for things to write about, to talk about. Um, but the facts are, I haven't asked for anything to be suggested for like 2 days. Not bitching, just saying I haven't asked. Um, I'm going to wanted to talk about. Um, I promised a scary story in the title. A few year, a few years ago, I came to the realization that if I didn't do something to change my life, I was never going to be able to retire. We're talking never. So I looked for ways that I could change my life. Make it so there was more money coming in. Because no matter what I did, no matter how more extra I worked, no matter what I did, I was in the hole. And it didn't make any sense, but that's the way it was. Um, so I decided to go to truck driving school and to learn how to drive the big rigs. Um, Something that I didn't tell anyone at the time, and it was kind of a bitchy move on my part, real nasty move on my part. I was planning on, after about 6 months of driving truck, to um, change my address and never come home and get a divorce. I didn't tell anyone that. I also didn't tell my husband that. Because I came to the realization that what was wrong, what was actually wrong with my life was, my relationship. This is the first time I've actually said that that was my plan from the get-go. But yeah, first time ever to anyone. But it was my plan from the get-go. So I went to truck driving school. I quit my job and I went. And I went from truck driving school and started working for Swift Transportation. It was going okay. But some weird started happening after I had stopped having to be with a mentor and was on my own. Some weird things started happening. And how do I put this? Okay. I'd wake up in the morning and start driving, and I'd smell coffee brewing. I don't drink coffee. I was alone in the truck. I smelled coffee brewing. I would hear odd things. There was one day that I didn't have to get up real early because of how my runs were running. I needed to actually sleep in. and I heard a voice waking me up, telling me I was late. Um, it was really weird. Um, there was one time going through a way station. They were calling everybody through and weighing absolutely everyone, and it was just a long procession of trucks going through and weighing. And there were a group of guys who worked at the station, standing around talking outside, and one of them looked up in my cab and turned sheet white. Didn't do anything, like he for some reason turned like white and got a shocked look on his face. Um, that was one of the times that I smelled coffee. Um, then it started being at night. I would look out my front windshield and my side um, windows, and I'd see a dark figure standing outside. Couldn't see, it was like a shadow, a dark figure just standing. And so I'd look real close and there was nothing there. But out of the corner of my eye, I was always seeing this dark figure. It got to the point where well, made sure my doors were always locked, but I kind of already did that. But the second I'd pull in for the night, I would be pulling my curtains so I couldn't see anything because I didn't want to see that dark figure anymore. Um, and one night, I heard very audibly, "You're going to die." And that happened a few times, quite a few times. And it wasn't the same voice that woke me up telling me I was late, though. Um, it was a different voice. Um, and it got to the point of, well, I believed it. And one night I just yelled out, "I don't want to die." And the voice that I had heard waking me up that day said he wasn't going to let that happen. Yeah, I actually heard these things. I know you're going to tell me I'm like crazy, but I heard these things. Okay, I got to the, well, I got a feeling. I kept, doing my daily thing and kept seeing the dark figure and kept feeling like something was gonna happen. Um, and I decided, well, the next time that I was home, I was going to smudge the heck out of that truck. Um, plain and simple, that's what I was going to do. Um, and I was trying to make it so I'd be home as soon as humanly possible. Well, a few days before I was supposed to be home, um, I was talking on the phone to someone on speakerphone while I was getting out of the truck. And don't say I wasn't like holding on and stuff because I was, because I didn't have to hold on to the phone, it was on speaker. Um, but my foot slid out from under me. and I landed on the step. It had been raining all that day, and I landed on that step down on my ankle, which I heard a crack and um, extreme pain, and my hands let go, and I fell backwards off of the top step of the truck, fell to the ground, landing on my ankle again, hearing a big crack that time, falling backwards onto my back, hitting my head on a rock. But something happened when my head was going, body was going back, my head was going back. I felt hands on my neck, slowing my fall, slowing how hard and softening how hard my head hit that rock. This is my first time telling all of this. I feel the need to say, but it's all very much my experience. Um, well, needless to say, I went to the hospital and I had a broken ankle, was hurting from head to toe. Um, and I had to go home. The next year was kind of hellish. Um, I was home with my husband, and he seemed to be angry that I was home and that I was hurt and that he had to take care of me, which he didn't. I couldn't walk for most of that year. Um, I kind of hard fending for yourself when you can't walk and you live in a two-story house. Um, yeah, it was. It was. I'm not going to go into the details, but it was really rough. I'm not going to go into any of the more details. Just a year later, I basically wanted to kill myself after a year of dealing with all this stuff. And I got a real bad shock. And this was about a month before I left my husband. I got a real bad shock. We almost broke up then. Um, and I'm talking about a year ago. Um, well, a year after the accident. Um, we almost broke up then. We probably should have. Um, uh, he promised me he was going to get help and stop what he was doing, and he didn't. So, well, but I wanted to like die. And a bunch of people online in recovery talked me out of hurting myself. Well, you might have noticed a few minutes ago I goofed up and said a year ago. Um, because that me threatening suicide was a year ago. Exactly a year ago. And me falling off of that step was a year. It was 2 years ago. So 2 years ago today, my life changed. It had to get real, real bad before it got better, but it did get better. And I do believe something extra special saved me 2 years ago. So that's my story. The reason why it's scary, I guess, is because it is a ghost story. It is. Um, it's my experiences. You might think I'm like absolutely out of my tree now, but you can think that all you want. Um, it's my experience. Um, yeah. So 2 years ago today, my life changed. And today, I spent time with friends. Probably one of my best friends. Um, and it's like, yay, today. Yeah, I don't know what the future holds, and some of that's pretty scary at this point, but you know, I'm alive. And that's something to be awesomely grateful for. I am alive. I'm happy. And I'm me. Um, I believe I'm here for a reason. I believe you're here for a reason, whoever you are. I do. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Was the fact that it's the 2 year anniversary of me getting hurt, and that I do believe that I was saved from not being here. Um, and I'm smoking. I I have been off and on using my vape, trying to get myself back in that mode again. So it I have been using it every day, and I'm not just saying that, I'm actually am. Um, I have proof somebody saw me using it today. I've used it more than that though. Um, yeah, but life's good. Um, and when it's not, there's still good times usually. Like like a year ago, it's like I may have not known what I was going to do. I may have felt like everything was hopeless, but there were still good people. Um, yeah, life's good. Um, one of the things somebody wanted me to talk about, although it got talked about, um, was a personality disorder, um, borderline personality disorder. Which, when it comes to personality disorders, you would think that something called borderline would be like the most mild. Yeah, no, it's not. Um, the psychos who are always in a state of alarm, and everything's about them, and will make up stuff and it be like the truth to them, um, just to um, just to make whatever messed up thing they want to do okay, and craving attention and all kinds of messed up crap. Yeah, that's borderline. Um, am I an expert on it? No. Could somebody else probably say more, a lot more and a lot better than me? Yeah. Um, Have I had to deal with borderline personality disorder people? Oh, yeah. Um, well, I used to work in group homes and stuff, so, um, yeah. I myself want and desperately want a drama-free life, so it's best if those type of people aren't around, um, because they're all about the drama. Oh, what else? Yeah, that's I don't know why he wanted me to talk about that, except that he finds it fascinating. Um, oh, and it had to do with Psych 101. Um, when people take Psych 101 in college, they have a tendency to like try and um, analyze and diagnose everyone in their lives, including themselves, and it's really a mistake. Um, when it comes to the personality disorders, everybody should like relate to something in them. It's just how much it is. Really, it is. It's how many things are right on the money and how many things aren't. Um, okay, other person said something pretty hard for me to talk about since I don't know a lot about the subject. It was quantum physics. Yes, he was that much of a goof. Um, so I responded, did he want me to actually talk about like regular quantum physics, or did he want me to like talk about my conspiracy theory type quantum physics? Because conspiracy theory quantum physics, you're getting into the Mandela effect and the idea that that could be being caused by the atom smasher in CERN, um, which is a hadron collider, is what it really is. A hadron collider in CERN. Yes, there are people who believe that. Um, that a hadron collider in CERN is collapsing dimensions into each other. And that's what's causing people to have different memories. Um, yeah, that's really a theory. Um, and okay, other quantum physics things. Um, well, other dimensions, for one thing. That's a quantum physics thing. Um, there are people who believe that um, it's like a tree, and with every different decision you make, you create a new universe, and it just expands and expands and expands, which would mean that the number of universes would be absolutely extreme and infinite. Because, yeah, no, I can't believe that they all exist um, in linear time. Yeah, I don't believe that. I do believe in the levels of dimensions, though. Um, kind of like with the Earth, and there being the farther you go out from the Earth, the thinner the atmosphere goes, and they can really like look at them in terms of belts of atmosphere. I think of dimensions in that form. Um, do I think people have traveled from one to the other? Yeah, I do. Um, um, do I believe? What do I believe? Ghosts and spirits and guardian angels and all of that. Do I believe they're in another dimension that's skimming ours? Yes, I do. Um, it's all part of the God consciousness experience that I believe in. Um, Probably because of my belief that everything is vibrations, which it really is. And quantum physics can actually like explain that, about how the universe and everything in it is vibrations, because we're all made of atoms, and that everything has its own electrical charge, which means it has its own vibration, because electrical charges um, have waves. So yeah, it's more than just a little video to talk about that. Um, I'm actually in a really good mood. I'm tired, and that's what's going on with me right now. But yeah, I thought I'd share that story with y'all. I'm I'm surprised nobody came over with the fact that I called it a scary story, but I haven't seen anything saying that. Oh, by the way, if you like this or anything, even if you didn't like this and you actually watched it, um, click subscribe. I need everyone. If you watch a video, even for 2 seconds, anywhere on YouTube, hit subscribe. It's not going to tell you anything about um, the videos. It's not going to give you notifications or anything unless you click on the bell too. So subscribing really does nothing, um, but it does help the people who are making the videos, um, because people who make the videos need 1,000 subscribers. At this point, I have 15, but then again, I'm like kind new at doing this. I haven't gotten my Arrow um, videos going yet, but still, it's like people need subscribers. Hit subscribe. Do it right now. I'll wait. Oh, I don't like the way that smile looks. Not normal. Not natural. Oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm planning on starting exercising real soon, because over the past like couple of months, I gained like way too much weight. So I like need to exercise, and I need to get back eating healthier. And so that's something I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it because I don't like the way my neck is looking. I don't like how chubby my face is looking. It's like I gained weight in my face first, and I don't like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see if I do it. I think I will. But yeah, it's been like a half hour, so I'm gonna shut up and send you back on your merry way. Enjoy. Have a good weekend. Enjoy.